All right, YouTube, welcome back. So Ceirra and I are spending a lot of time together. Don't be jealous, Jude. Right? So today we covered battery and alternator testing and just the basics. Ceirra is pulling codes out of a 200,000 mile Acura, and she said it's po171. po171 is very elusive code, and it's different strategies for every different manufacturer because the intake path and the speed density or mass airflow sensor or the way it's designed and intake designs and intake flaws, and it's all different. So you have to start with the basics, right? High mileage vehicle, and just take a quick visual inspection. So I'm taking her through the basics. So now, like, it's a mass airflow sensor motor. Do we know the condition of the air filter? Probably not. We should open this up, but we're not going to do anything until the customer gives us permission. High mileage, is it original? Is it aftermarket? Don't know really. If it's not OEM, I don't trust it. Then you're going to check the intake boot, right? So this is the air intake boot. If there's any leaks between here, and then now throw an intercooler in it, it could have holes in his intercooler somewhere. It's exposed to road debris and things getting on top of the intercooler. So this is a whole nother level of checking a lean code. But on this code here, and if you take a look, Ceirra, watch. You see the hole in the boot?
Yeah.
So if you just start looking, and the holes could be elusive. So right now, the engine's not moving. If the engine mounts and transmission mounts are worn or broken, what happens when you drive is it starts to pull on these. So it could be okay right now, and you say, oh wow, everything looks good, but the intake boot has a tear. Now, not only is it torn there, but then you have to really like check it. If it's not torn here, is it torn back here? Is it torn underneath? You know, just because you don't see a tear doesn't mean that it's not torn. Missing bolts. Right. So this test is kind of inconclusive because what's the sense of you trying to smoke this whole system, right, with a bad intake boot? So like you have to start here. You know, that doesn't say that this is good or bad, right? I don't know if Hitachi is OEM for Honda. Got me?
I think it
Is it? I don't know. Because we don't deal with this every day. And it's a 180,000 mile vehicle, which means there's so many other things that could attribute to a lean fuel code. This, gaskets, vacuum lines, PCV hoses, 180,000 miles worth of clogged injectors and lack of maintenance. But the basics here are, hey, we need to do a visual inspection first, confirm the code, visual inspection. Has it ever had to tune up? I will tell you this car's probably never been tuned up because of the labor time that's involved in removing this intake manifold at this mileage. Or any mileage. The customer hears, well, it's only 4 spark plugs. Why is it $800? Well, we're taking the whole top of your car apart, sir. So, many things to check here on a high mileage car. Lower mileage cars, you can narrow your diagnostic time down and say, all right, it's a 60,000 mile car, got a lean fuel code, mass airflow sensor or non-mass airflow sensor. If it's this, check for cracks or breaks, loose or bad. You could probably pinpoint it pretty quickly. If it's not mass airflow sensor, it uses a map sensor, then you don't really need to be concerned about this causing the codes because there's nothing here telling what's going on. It's usually further back in the system. So a lot of different strategies from this vehicle to that vehicle, to that vehicle, to that vehicle for lean codes. And you need to know your way around the car. All right. What you learned today? How to test a battery.
Yeah.
And an alternator.
Yeah.
And basics for po171 visual inspections.
Yeah.
Yay! All right, see you later.